Hi, so in this video I'm gonna show you how we can create a portal with the help of the Niagara system. It will look pretty cool. And before doing that, I want to first show you what I'm having. I have different types of portals and you will be able to create your own once we are finished. So this is my reference project for creating portals. If you look to the right, I'm gonna show you what kind of portals I'm currently having. So this is the portal 3. It looks like this. It's purple white like color in a circular shape. It looks pretty cool. And then I'm having this one. It's like a fire-like portal. And then we have another one. It's this one. And it's like it's very vague and looks orange like color, but yeah, you can create your own portals having different colors. So we will aim at creating something like this. So that's what we are going to focus on in this lecture. So in our real project now, I'm gonna make some space here. So in a real project, I'm gonna go to the content blueprints, and we have the portal folder here. I'm gonna create a new folder called NS as a Niagara system. I'm gonna go in. I'm gonna right click and choose. Let's see if I can find it. Here, go to FX, and we have the Niagara system. Click on that, and we are gonna search for a template called Fountain. I'm finding it here. It's like we will use this as a template to quickly get started creating our Niagara system. So this is a good starting point. I'm gonna click on create. I'm gonna call it NS as in Niagara system underscore portal 1. Portal 1 because we could have several, so I will start with portal 1. And let's open this up. I'm gonna go to the left here, and let's see if I can do this. So, all right. So as you can see, it starts like this. And when creating a portal system, there are really several things we need to pay attention to, but we will take it step by step so you understand what's going on. It's not really that hard once you get a grip on this, but initially you might find many of the different settings a bit overwhelming, especially if you're not used to the Niagara system. All right, let's see. If we are going to go to emitter state first. By the way, in normal cases, I'm not really seeing this details panel. If you look at my other project I'm having to the right, I'm having a details panel. For some reason, in this Unreal version 5.4.4, in some cases it doesn't really show up. Even though I'm selecting this, it doesn't show up. So in order to show it, the only way I can think of is clicking on scalability. It makes the details panel show up, and then you can just click this off. So we want this details panel. So click on scalability to get this shown on your screen. I don't know any other way to really show that for some reason. I can't even find it in window. Let's see. Even if I remove this, I go to window, let's see. Oh, that's strange. Earlier I had the problem that it didn't really work even clicking here. I don't know why. It could be a bug or maybe something else, but either go to window and click on details, or you click on that scalability button to make it work. I have no idea why this is happening now. As if everything is working just normally. All right, so let's get started. So what I'm gonna do is make some space. And we wanna configure the emitter state to start with. I'm gonna set it to system, so the life cycle is really handled by the system itself. I don't want the Niagara system here to handle the life cycle, because if you go here, it can choose between, I'm gonna expand this, and it says determines whether the life cycle of the emitter is calculated by the system that owns it or by the emitter itself. We want the system to handle this, so I'm gonna choose system. And spawn rate, I'm gonna keep this at a high value, like 15,000. I think I'm using a same value here. Yeah, 15,000. And also, we don't want gravity and velocity. Okay, so you can see that we have gravity force here. And we are also having velocity in cone shape. I'm gonna delete this. And we are having gravity force. I'm gonna delete this as well. These are the models. And after these are deleted, you will see a small white dot. That's a good start. And then we need to add some models. I think we need to add shape location. Oh, we're already having it here. You can go to shape location. You can change this from this to torus. This means we will change the shape of it. It will look like a ring, really. And let's see. I'm gonna increase the radius to. I need to check what radius I used. 200. We can use a handle radius of 5. It will really make the corners of this ring, or should I say the handle, smaller. A good starting point is really 205. We don't need to change these settings here. It does affect it, but I don't feel like I need to do it. Particle state, let's see. Yeah, we still need to do some initial here. If you go to initialize particle, I'm gonna change this to mean 1.6. I'm gonna see what and 2. And for sprite attributes, we have something called uniform. This is a sprite size, really. I'm gonna change it to random non-uniform. And I believe I used a value of 3 and 10. So between 3 and 10. I'm gonna go with the same for both. And let's see if there's anything else we need to do here, or if I missed something. No, I don't think so. So this is a sprite size, and it affects the size of the sprite itself. So I found that a value of 3 and 10 is pretty good. We can always tweak these later. So I'm gonna make some space here so you can see the ring on the left side. And now we are gonna add some models to make it even better. So I'm gonna add we do have a shape location. We can add a vortex. It's called vortex force. And really make sure you're using the same Unreal version as I do, because if you don't, I can't guarantee that you're having the same settings as I do here. And if you notice, I did get a specific message here, red text, a message says that we need to add some dependencies in order to make this work. And I did add, I clicked on the fix button. I don't know if you saw that, but there is a fix button when you add Vortex Force. Make sure to click that fix button and it will fix things for you automatically. Alright, so you can see that we have a vortex force and now it looks like this. That's pretty cool. Now we are having a ring-like shape here, and really it could use different values for this. I think I have a smaller value. Let's see how it behaves when I change the values. Okay, we have a vortex force. I really need to test things. And I think you would need to do some testing here as well to get the desired results, but let's keep it on a value of 23 for now, or maybe even 18, 17. And on the particle update, we are gonna do, let's see, particle state, that's good. I'm gonna add, let's see if I can, curl noise. There's something called curl noise force. Yeah, you can add this one. If you add this curl noise force, it adds a transient physics force using curl noise field. It's a type of noise field. It affects its appearance. You can increase the strength of it to get some cool effects. If you look here, you can see that really do experiment with it so you can see what kind of thing you get. Let's try a very high value. I'm gonna see how it behaves. I'm having a value of 800 there, so oh, it's way too high, I think. And we can reduce the frequency. I think that's a little bit too high. I'm gonna reduce this for now at least. Let's see how it behaves. I'm gonna keep it like this for now. 45.22. Let's see, about 50 maybe. Yeah, I think 50 is good. And then we're gonna add a point attraction force to it. Point attraction force. Let's increase the strength of it. Okay, that was way too high. I'm gonna reduce it. It's way too high. Let's see if I can. Really need to reduce this value here. I think a value of 10 and 21 should be good. And then we could add a vortex field. All right, we have a vortex field, but we could have two of them really to make this look a bit different and pretty cool. So for the first one, I'm gonna have a value of 80, a smaller one. And then we can add another vortex field with a value of maybe 200. Not really sure about the second one, maybe higher. Let's go with a value of 500 or 600. Something like that. I think this starts to look like something. And really, what you can do is experiment with the different settings to get your own behavior. For example, you have drag. I'm going to increase the drag and see how it behaves. Reduces each particle's linear velocity. So do play with this and see if you get what you like. I think this is pretty cool, and let's see if I can play around with this. Let's see if I can reduce the strength. Let's have a very high strength then. Just experimenting to see how it will look like. Alright, as you can see, there are different ways to get different shapes and behaviors, but really I'm gonna Let's see, noise frequency. I think this is pretty cool. Yeah, I think these are pretty cool. Now we are gonna give it some color because it starts to look like something pretty cool now. So for the color, let's see, we have particles. We can also scale the particles actually. Let's go to. I'm not sure if I missed that. I'll need to check that before we proceed. Um, I think we need to check in the. Let's see if I can find it. I need to do some checks here. Initialize particles. I want to see if we can. I think we are having it here. We're scaling them here. Vortex force. Apply initial force. I need to do some quick checks here. Scale color. Well, we do have some scale color here. Let's see. 5. Vortex force, the original pull amount, I'm gonna set it to 5. For the second one, I'm gonna set it to 15. It does affect a little bit how it behaves. Oh yeah, I wanted to go to sprite renderer. And the source mode, we are gonna, let's see if we can, alignment. It should be velocity aligned if I remember correctly. Yeah, particles, velocity aligned, facing mode. I want this to be facing camera position, I believe it was, or facing camera maybe. Yeah, it makes it face the camera. It does affect how it looks like when we are looking at it. Let's see if we can change anything else here. I'm not sure if we need to. Yeah, I think this looks fairly good. So let's try to affect the color of the portal. So I'm gonna go to scale color. Let's see if I can do. I'll need to check what colors I'm using here. Scale color. Let's get it from a curve. This is the scale alpha, so we wanna go to scale RGB and select or search for vector from curve maybe. From curve. Let's see if we can do this. Make vector from linear RGB. If you click here, let's see, from linear, make vector from linear color RGB. Yeah, there you go. So just search for make vector from linear color RGB. You can then expand this. Just click here. let's see, color from curve. We should have something called color from curve. Not sure why I'm not getting it here. Yeah, there you go. If you select this arrow here below this color, you have something called color from curve. That's exactly what I was looking for. So now we can adjust this. I'm gonna just, do some testing. See if I just click on this and go with something bluish. You can see that it affects this color, and we can then move this a little bit more towards this direction. Let's see if I can change it to red. It's really up to you. You can experiment and see, what kind of portal color behavior you get. But I believe I'm gonna go with something reddish. I'm gonna put these here. Yeah. Let's see if I can. Alright, really up to you how you want to change it. I'm just experimenting for now. I'm not going to do too much. Let's see if I can change this color to something like greenish. Yeah, so we have a combination of, I think orange is pretty cool. I'm going to go with that, and then I'm going to change this to a little bit more reddish, or orange-like maybe. Alright, and let's see if we can affect the drag or something like that. I want to see what results I'm getting. Yeah, it does affect this appearance of it. Let's see if I can increase the size a lot. The drag is a value of 5. Let's see. A little bit more drag. I think this should do. And particle state, we already checked that. Vortex force. You can always increase and decrease this and see, what results you get. You have let's increase that a little bit. And the point attraction force, let's see if I can reduce it a little bit more. If you increase this, it will attract particles to the middle. Let's see if I can get this to look something. There you go, you can see that it keeps increasing. I'm going to reduce the radius a bit because it's becoming a way too strong. Yeah, I think something like this could do. You don't want too much, particles in the middle because this will make it look like hard to see through. So be careful with that. Let's see if I can. Yeah. So I'm gonna reduce the strength a bit. All right. I think this is good. I'm not gonna play too much with it. So I think you're getting the point now, how you can create your own. Maybe just adjusting the color. Let's see if I'm gonna go with a red one here. and a greenish one here, or maybe entirely like blue one. Yeah. All right. One last thing before we wrap up. I'm gonna try to, let's see. I'm gonna try to affect the this part here maybe. I was a little bit too strong. All right. So you can see even this part does affect it and how it should look like. So play around with it and see if you can get something pretty cool. It requires some tweaking before you get it right, but yeah. All right, so yeah, I think this is pretty cool. All right, and as I said, you don't want too much in the middle, even though you can do it. The reason is the middle of it will contain some pictures, you know, that mirrors wherever you want to go in the portal, so you don't want to have it too much showing, too much particles in the middle. I'm gonna save this now because I'm pretty happy with this, and feel free to tweak it however you want. Let's just test and see how it looks like in the level. So I'm gonna just drag this out. I'm gonna rotate it. Let's see if I can do that. It looks like this currently, and really you can just tweak it even more so it doesn't go too much in the middle. I think we can affect the drag of it. Now this happened again. Let's see if I can. I need to click on scalability for some reason. So I'm gonna increase the drag a little and it looks like this. Let's save and see how the results look. Okay. You can also scale it up, but I think this could be good for now. I'm not gonna spend too much time in, you know, making it perfect. But really, I think you're getting the point of how to create a portal. I still want the middle to be very visible. So what you can do now is, if I just right click, I'm gonna create an actor. I'm gonna call it BP portal test. I'm gonna open this up. We can add a Niagara component to it. And yeah, you can see that I'm having this portal actor. There you go. And you can use this as a portal in your game or project. And really, in order to in order to use this and see what's what's on the other side through the portal, you need to use the same technique we did in our project, really. If you recall, we are having a, I just show you, I'm gonna close this down. If I just show you the portal we are having here, you can see that this is an actor, and we are having the D1 and D2 here with some other stuff. We have the mesh. So you can use this Niagara system in here, really, and do the same thing with this actor. You can have the mesh in the middle, with those cameras and everything, and just use this as a portal, rather than having it like this. You can use this here instead and take it from there. So I just wanted to show you how you can create your own portal system, and that's what we have done in the project. But now you know how to use Niagara. And feel free to tweak this, because if you look again, I'm having different versions of it. If you look here, this one looks pretty cool. And I have two others as well. You can get these results by tweaking the values. It requires some tweaking. I got the fire portal here, and we also have this red orange like portal. So yeah, that's it for this. So now you know how to create a portal out of Niagara system. So I'm gonna close this down. And if you want to look at my reference project, you can see that I'm having a mirror here in the middle, but here is the portal around it. And then you can use that mirror in the middle, so it looks like a real portal. Just like we have done in our project, but instead of a normal mesh, I'm using this. I'm using a mesh, but together with this Niagara system, with the cameras and all other stuff. And here you go, we have this here as well. So, and this is Portal VFX. That's my just testing project for different types of portals. But yeah, really, now you know how to create a Niagara system. I'm going to drag this in so you can see how the fire one looks. You can see that using the same technique, you can create a fire-looking portal. It's big, but you really can scale this down. If you look at this, it looks like this. Pretty cool. But I like the purple one more, the one to the right. And then we are having, I'm going to remove this to show you the other one I'm having. Using the same technique, you can create this one as well. There are many types of portals you can create using this technique. Okay, this one was a little bit difficult to see. So maybe this requires some adjustments, but the other ones were pretty cool. So yeah, feel free to experiment and see if you can get to something pretty cool for yourself. Alright, so this is it for this video. Thanks for watching, and I see you in the next one.